Okay, getting ready to load the baby quilt here. I measured the size of the baby quilt and wrote it down on my intake form. I measured the back and of course found out it was too long and hadn't been attached together, so I did that. And I'm just kind of getting all the pieces ready here. She brought me over her own batting here at Brenda's Quilting Studio. I have 5 styles of batting that I have procured specifically for a variety of quilts, but she brought me this one, and that's great. If you bring me a batting, I'm going to use what you have. But let's look at the size of this. 45 inches by 1 yard, so that means it's 45 inches by 36 inches. When I look at the size of the quilt on the intake form, the quilt is 43 inches side to side, but it's 60 inches long. So my 45 is just barely going to fit side to side, but I've only got 36 inches to go this way. So I contacted the client. She's well aware that this was the situation. She happened to have this bag and said, hey, let's use it. That's great. I have some comparable batting here that was left over from another project. I will end up adding that. I promise you, this is going to be Frankenstein together, and nobody going to know the design I'm going to put on here is going to mask that. It's going to be just fine. It's going to stitch over it beautifully. By the time she gets it trimmed and the binding on it, nobody going to know that these were pieced together right here. So if you want to provide your own batting, you're welcome to. And if it's not big enough, we'll talk about that, and we will chat about the fact that I will be Frankensteining it. It might be another piece of your batting that you brought that you had left over, or it might be some pieces that I have here in my stash that are just sitting there waiting for a situation similar to this kind of a thing, and we can work with that. So just some thoughts that how this happens over here at the Quilting Studio. Send me a quilt. Let's talk about it. I will be happy to let you have information about how you can send a quilt over here to Yuma, Arizona. I do many, many quilts by mail. It is my passion that your quilt turns out exceeding all expectations. So let's have a chat. If it needs to be quilted, it needs to be quilted right.